Hello, all almost 200 of you lovely people subscribed to this channel. Thank you very much for your support. How are you doing? Doing well? Did you have a good Christmas? Did you have a good New Year? Spend some time with family? What you doing with your hair? I really like it, and you got some fresh clothes on. You look great. You look great. I am here in a long form video to do two things. First, because I like teaching you things, I want to teach you how to say COVID in Japanese and kind of explain a little bit about that. And then the second half of this video will be dedicated to, I don't know, kind of a storytime vlog or whatever, because I caught COVID on Christmas. So that was a unique experience, and I kind of just want to talk about it. Maybe it'll be cathartic. I don't know, but here I am. I'm feeling better, and I kind of just want to talk. So firstly, in like English and many other languages, we switched from calling it coronavirus or just corona to COVID. I'm not sure when that happened exactly, maybe about 6 months in, but Japan never really made that change, and they still refer to the COVID-19 as coronavirus. But what they do is they stick this kanji combination at the beginning, shingata, which means new type or new strain or novel, stuff like that. And so altogether, it's shingata coronavirus, which means essentially the new strain of the coronavirus. So in the end, we have three parts. We have the first part, shingata, and then we have corona, which is obvious, it's corona. And then we have the end, which is virusu, which you might already know is virus, and it kind of sounds like virus, but they're taking it from the Latin word, which I think is pronounced virus.
Virus.
Virus. Virus.
That's how it's pronounced in German and a lot of Latin-based or Latin-included languages. The Japanese language has a hard time pronouncing a V sound. And so the closest things they have are a B sound, and then later they kind of also use a we sound or a w kind of sound. So for example, if you put a Japanese accent on the English word berry, it might sound closer to berry because that B is the closest thing to B. But in this case, they decided to kind of use it in the Japanese language with the we sound. And so that virus becomes virus, I think just because it flowed better in the language. And so there you go, shingata coronavirus. I'm not sure why, but they do always put the shingata there, at least in all like news media and things that I've seen, and it's always written with that shingata. So I guess it's very important, and so don't be surprised if not many people actually shorten it to just corona or coronavirus. It's pretty much always written shingata coronavirus. So there you go. I hope that helped you learn something. Now I'll just talk about my experience, and if you want to click off the video, I don't blame you. I already taught you the thing, so you can go away. But if you want to listen, I'm gonna get started. So I caught it from a family member who had come to visit for Christmas, and they work in a hotel, so there's a lot of people going in and out, and so it's pretty ripe for infections, pretty ripe for spreading. And so they got here and they started feeling ill almost immediately. And we weren't sure what it was or how to take care of it, but I mean, we were careful. We tried to disinfect. We put them in their own room and kind of just like waited it out. And they ended up developing a fever and coughing and, you know, supreme fatigue. And so we were all pretty sure like, okay, they caught COVID. And there was kind of just this family understanding of it's in the house. So with regards to vaccinations, I'd been double vaccinated. My parents had been double vaccinated and boosted. And the family member in question had been double vaccinated but not been boosted. I was unable to get boosted and they were unable to get boosted because we didn't get the vaccine early enough. There's a 6-month time limit here, and mine runs out in January, at the end of January. That family member's worst days were probably the 22nd, 23rd, the days leading up to Christmas. And none of us were really feeling bad. Besides that family member, we all thought the vaccine worked, and you know, like we were immune, and so we were good. And then Christmas happened, and it was great. We got to do Christmas and everything. That was fun. And then the next day, on Boxing Day, in the evening of Boxing Day, I started getting this burning a little bit in my chest, kind of like around here. And I started feeling really fatigued, and I thought, oh no. So I put myself in my room, got myself a lot of fluids, and was just like, hopefully it's nothing, hopefully it's allergies, or hopefully I have a mild case of COVID. So I fell asleep pretty early, and I woke up at around 3 a.m. freezing. Like my whole body was shivering. I couldn't really move all that well just because I was literally like vibrating. I was like the Flash. You ever seen the Flash? Like he does this thing where he can like vibrate all of his molecules and go through walls because he's vibrating so fast. Like that's what I felt like. I felt like I could just like vibrate through the floor, vibrate out my door, and get a new superpower. So I walked to my kitchen, and that was like probably the longest it's ever taken me to walk to my kitchen, just because I couldn't. I was like all turtled up because I was freezing, and I was shivering, and every step it was like I was like a shambling corpse, like and then I just distinctly remember when I got to my pantry, I opened the door, and we had like a temperature gun, and I couldn't get it to work because I was shaking so bad. And so I was just like holding this thing like here, and I dropped the box because I was shaking, and I just got it. And then I just gave up, and I was like, why would you take your temperature? You know you have a fever, just go to bed. And so I went and just covered myself in like sweatshirts, and then I went to bed, and I eventually ended up chugged Advil. Of course I chugged Advil. And I ended up getting back to sleep. When I woke up, I was feeling better actually. And so I thought that I had gotten over the worst of it, and I went to this office and I started playing some games, I think, and then I slowly started to feel bad again. And so I was like, okay, you got it, but it looks like it's not going to be a bad case. And I mean, that's kind of what I expected. Everyone says if you're young and healthy and you like take care of yourself and you're double vaccinated, then it's not going to be as bad. I don't know if everyone says that, but that's the societal kind of understanding of the thing. And I thought, I'm pretty young, I'm 24, I take care of myself, I don't eat too bad, and so I was like, I'll get through this and it'll be fine. And then I just kept feeling worse, and I ended up developing another fever, and I can't really remember 3 days of my life anymore. I had a fever for about 3 days straight, and I couldn't do anything. I was lying in bed in pain. I remember my joints, for some reason, my joints, especially my knees, just hurt, just ambiently, just so much aching in my entire body with my fever. And like I couldn't like watch anything because I was just having like, those nightmare visions or whatever, and just thrashing and trying, and day and night didn't mean anything. And I was coughing, and I just felt awful. My fever reached a degree of 104, which is a very bad fever. And I don't know if it's been that high in my entire life. I'm just thankful that I had like a family around me to take care of me. Like if I had to go through that alone, I can't imagine going through that alone without somebody there to, just bring you water, because the act of movement is just so hard. So after the 3-day fever, it got a lot better, and I didn't feel as bad, and I wasn't in as much pain. And then it was just the fatigue, which I'm still dealing with a little today. It's like you can't do things for very long or walk for very long without seeking the nearest bed to be horizontal in, or couch, or just to lie down. It really takes a lot out of your energy. I'm still not 100% now. I'm still coughing. I still get really tired, but I'm feeling good enough to get a little dressed up, so I feel human. I feel like me again, and I can record and make something of myself. I've been doing nothing for the past, days. I've been watching weird movies. Like I went to Rotten Tomatoes, and I just started clicking the weird movies. Then I'd watch the movie, and then I'd look into the you might also like, and I'd pick one of those, and I'd watch it, and that sent me down this weird, like, artsy movie kind of thing. So my takeaway from this whole thing, and my advice to you, is protect yourself. You don't want to get this. That's so much pain and so much discomfort You don't want it. It's awful. I was double vaccinated. I was healthy. And it still absolutely kicked my ass and made my life a living hell, at least for 3 days. And it's gonna like make everything worse for 2 weeks of my life around the holidays. It sucks. The science shows, or at least we've all heard, that the vaccine can make these symptoms better. And I trust that. I trust the vaccine. I trust that it did its job, but I don't want to think about how bad it would have been if I didn't have that vaccine buffer helping my immune system. So get vaccinated. I think getting the booster would have helped me a lot more, but I wasn't able to. So just get boosted as soon as possible. This is awful. Make sure to wash your hands, wear a mask, everything like that. You know, a narrative for this, and it's true, is that like you should protect yourself to also protect other people. Because, you know, if you're disinfected, then you can't give it to other people. But I will also say do it for your own sake, because if you get it, it sucks. And also for their sake, because if they give it to them, they're gonna have a bad time. But you know, I made it through to the other end. We're fine, we're recovering. I'm gonna make a full recovery, it's gonna be fine. In any case, I'm healthy enough to start making content again, so I hope you enjoy my stuff, and I hope you continue to enjoy it in 2022. Happy New Year. I wish you all the best. Thanks for watching. Love you. Bye-bye.